Hi, I'm Doug Olenek, online editor for SC Media, and I'm here today, the day before RSA 2017 starts, with John Shire, Senior Security Advisor with Sophos. How are you today, John?
I'm doing great. Thanks, Doug.
Wonderful. Let's start off a little bit with you giving us some insight on what you see as far as the threat landscape that the industry is facing right now.
Yeah, it's an interesting time, obviously, in this industry, in the security industry as a whole. What we're seeing out there is a kind of a mixed bag. We're seeing a lot of old tricks mixed in with some new stuff. So we're seeing still a lot of phishing. We're seeing some old malware, some old exploits being used in some of these new sort of document builder kits, and ransomware is still ever present as well. And then on top of that, you've got some of the more advanced attacks that are sometimes using zero-day techniques and some of these nation-state actors. So all that mixed together makes for a pretty interesting landscape.
Yeah, now, is there any type of difference between what we see going on, like at the large nation-state level, and like some of the average, run-of-the-mill types of attacks we see every day?
Yeah, so the larger nation-state, better funded attacks, if you will, that are going after either government secrets or company IP, that kind of stuff, they tend to sometimes use some newer techniques, some zero-day exploits, but really what they've also started doing is mimicking the tactics of your garden variety criminals. They're sending in phishing emails, they're grabbing your credentials and logging in as you, and then they're basically installing some old school malware in some cases, not using very old exploits at all, and basically getting lost in the noise of your everyday garden variety attacks. And that's kind of why it's important to be able to separate what are these more targeted attacks from the regular noise that you see on a day-to-day basis.
Interesting. Now, what are some of the protection strategies that you see coming down the pike that'll help separate this out?
Yeah. So as we come to RSA, we're coming to learn about new technologies and new protection strategies. I think it's not the time to start throwing out your old technologies, because I think those still exist and still have a role to play in being able to protect you. But some of the things that we're seeing nowadays are the new next-gen protection technologies, next-gen endpoint technologies, including things like machine learning. Where those can help is they can more readily pinpoint sometimes some of these exploits that are being used on your network. And where machine learning really excels is it helps the humans figure out what is it helps add context and correlation and really limit that noise down to a manageable number so that the humans can deal with some of these attacks in a bit of a better manner.
Now, along with machine learning, do you think we'll be seeing quite a bit of that at the show this week?
I suspect so. I think machine learning is one of these topics that really took off in the last year or so, along with the next-gen endpoint technologies that we've been talking about for the next couple of years. And I think as we start integrating that concept or that new technology into the existing products out there, and then maybe thinking of novel ways of applying some of that technology, we're going to be able to better proactively battle a lot of the bad stuff that's happening out there.
Now, you expect to see machine learning, I don't want to say devices, but machine learning here. What do you like to see when you come to RSA? What gets you going? Yeah,
so I've been coming to RSA now for a decade at least, and I like to just walk the floor and explore the vendors that are out there, maybe the ones I haven't seen before, and just to see what they're doing. Are people thinking of novel techniques, novel protection strategies? Are people taking maybe old protection strategies and applying them in novel ways? It's always really interesting to me because there's a lot of smart people that come here, and a lot of companies are trying to help battle all this bad stuff that we're seeing on a day-to-day basis. So just that exploration and finding out what people are doing out there is interesting to me.
It's a bit of a treasure hunt.
A little bit sometimes, yeah.
Great. Okay, again, I'm Doug Olenek, online editor with SC Media, and I'm here with John Shire at RSA.